Hey, welcome back to Wildcat Guitars. We are into season 2 of Favorite Guitar in the Shop. This is, I think, episode 3 now. Yep. And we are taking a look at one of our house favorites in terms of brands, and that is RnR Relics. What Billy Rowe does up there and his crew is just a really, really cool thing. I mean, there's nothing that walks in the door RnR Relics that we don't love. So as Alex was saying just a couple of minutes ago, it's even hard kind of to pick our top ones because we could just take them and play them all. I'm going to start here. And it's odd for me to point this one out because you guys that have followed along know I'm not really a Les Paul style guy. Never really have been. This particular guitar is a complete exception though. So reason number one, it's really light. Like you're just never going to pick up a Les Paul ever that weighs as little as this does. And yet I've plugged this thing in. It's got incredible resonance. It's really loud acoustically. So it just would be the perfect working man's Les Paul. That's something that you could wear. Again, for somebody like me that struggles with heavier guitars, I could wear this virtually all night and it wouldn't bother me at all. I love the fact that they really captured the triple pickup design the way that Frampton's is wired, in that you basically have your standard selection for your neck and your bridge. You have you have 2 volumes and a master tone. Then this is actually a roll-on switch for the middle pickup. So regardless of what position you're in, if you don't want it as part of it, you just leave it rolled out. But wherever you're at, you can roll it in to blend that middle one with whatever position you're in. So the tonal options out of this guitar are insane. And you could almost argue endless. So that's really high on my list. I admittedly have never been that much of a junior guy. I love the double cut body, but single P90, it's just I've never been in a situation band-wise or musically that's a setup that would work for me. But I'm a sucker for Lake Placid Blue, and an even bigger sucker for Lake Placid Blue over 3-tone burst. Like I would want this in my collection just so that I could hang it on the wall and stare at it. So there's that. This one does have a really nice, comfortable neck too. Again, he does a fantastic job of rolling the edges. You don't feel any of the frets. They don't use a fret wire that's so tall that you feel like you're running your hand over railroad ties. And super light. Again, you could play this thing for hours and not even know that you have it on. But my ultimate favorite, and I'm going to say this because it's odd because this particular guitar was not my favorite when we got the first couple in. I will admittedly say that the shape had to grow on me a little bit. But the last batch of Revenges that we got, when I opened the case and I saw this one in the Seafoam white guard, and then I sat down and I started playing it, I mean, I instantly fell in love with this guitar. It's light, it's super comfortable, it plays itself. And I think more than anything, more than a lot of their other models, the shape, the contour of this neck is very, very familiar to the 3 or 4 that I play most of the time. So, I easily could just grab this, walk out the door, go straight to a gig or studio, rehearsal, whatever, put it on, and it would instantly fall in with everything else that I've got. So, and I mean, what's not to love about the white aesthetics over the surf green? Just killer. So good. So that is my, and just for anybody that may come in and see this, just know I have drooled on this one a couple times. So there you go.
It comes complete with DNA sample. Yeah. So I want to start off by pointing out the 2 honey bursts we have here. we have one in the Starfighter and one in the Thunders. This is a Thunders Custom. So what you get with a Thunders Custom is you get the binding, so you're going to have the maple on top of the mahogany, and it's just going to give it a little bit. You can do something with like a flame top or something like that. So, and then obviously you're going to have the block inlays versus the dot inlays, neck binding. And so that's what you get with the custom. But this is a great example of a Thunders Custom. That is a very classic looking mahogany on the back. Love the stain here. And then just a beautiful honey burst. And that's just, it got a great top, a lot of 3D movement in there, just very deep. It's a really, really great top, really great guitar, especially for a Thunders. So that's one I want to point out first. The next one I want to go to, might have done this one in the last video, but this Lightning is one of my favorites from RnR Relics. I love the lightning bolt instead of the F-hole. This one is really cool. Sherwood over Sonic Blue. And I mean, if you love semi-hollows, like it really just doesn't get any better than this. It with the Filtertrons, it does rock and roll, it does rockabilly, it does everything you could possibly want out of a semi-hollow guitar. And the cool thing about the Lightnings, for a little shop history, the first one we did was black and over graffiti yellow. And that was purchased by Billy Joe Armstrong. Some of you may have seen him playing it on the Green Day tour. So we definitely have a soft spot for Lightnings in the shop. But overall, aesthetically, I just keep coming back to this Inverness green Revenge here. I love the black plastics on here. And Inverness is just one of my favorite colors. It's a great color. And this one I know Billy had a hand in. Told me the specs just looked so cool to him. He wanted to make sure he got his hands on it a little bit. So just like Mikki said, this one's great. I love the stinger on the back. The neck is just super comfortable and familiar, like Mikki was saying. And then obviously the controls are familiar. But I just love how unique looking this guitar is. It's going to stand out in the crowd. Obviously, if I get on stage with this, all the guitar players in the room are going to go, what? What's that? So I love this guitar. RnR Relics, just knocking it out of the park, especially with the Revenges. And speaking of which, we want to show you one last guitar. So this is a very special guitar from Billy Rowe. This is the very first master build RnR Relics Revenge. It's a Revenge Junior, so you notice it's got the 1P90 and it doesn't have the step top. So this one's an electric blue heavy relic. Like I said, very first master build from Billy Rowe. And you can see up here on the headstock there. And this one's actually headed out also to a very special customer. This one will be headed out to Billy Joe Armstrong. And, apparently we just keep getting the RnR Relics that he likes. And so we're really excited to see this on stage really soon.